What is up, everyone? You're looking at the two biggest, baddest gaming laptops of 2025, the Razer Blade 18 and the MSI Raider A18 HX. They both pack the RTX 5090, but one is sleek luxury and the other is pure performance brute. Which one should you actually spend your $4,000 plus on? We break down the specs, screens, and benchmarks. Watch till the end before you buy, and you will know exactly which laptop is the winner for your needs. The latest prices and deals are linked in the description below. And please hit that like button, it helps me out a ton. Let's dive in! The design philosophies and resultant build qualities of the Razer Blade 18 2025 and the MSI Raider A18 HX represent two distinct approaches to the 18-inch desktop replacement category. Razer approaches the Blade 18 with a clear emphasis on premium feel and relative portability within its size class. The machine is crafted from a CNC-milled aluminum chassis, which immediately lends it a high-end, solid, and luxurious tactile experience. This construction gives the Blade 18 a sleeker profile, avoiding the generic slab aesthetic often associated with larger gaming laptops. The design incorporates subtle but sophisticated aesthetic elements, such as a controlled cooling bump, an RGB vapor chamber window, and the iconic glowing Razer logo, maintaining a clean, professional, and slightly understated look compared to some of its rivals. Crucially, the focus on slimness and material quality translates directly into its weight. At just 7.06 pounds, the Blade 18 is notably lighter and more manageable than many competing 18-inch models, making it a more feasible, though still desk-bound travel companion. Its design prioritizes a polished, high-end feel that suggests a luxury product as much as a performance beast. In stark contrast, the MSI Raider A18 HX prioritizes sheer power and thermal headroom over sleekness or portability, resulting in a significantly larger, heavier, and bulkier build. The Raider A18 HX utilizes the same substantial chassis as its Intel-based predecessor, clocking in at a substantial 7.94 pounds and measuring over an inch thick. This mass contributes to a durable and sturdy feel, with minimal flex or creaking, yet the aesthetic is dominated by black plastic with red accents and a front LED bar, giving it an appearance that, while durable, is more understated and less overtly premium than the all-metal Razer. The sheer size and weight firmly plant the Raider A18 HX in the role of a permanent desktop replacement. It doesn't fit in normal backpacks, necessitating a dedicated large laptop bag. While both machines are performance juggernauts, the Raider's design is the physical manifestation of brute force, whereas the Blade attempts to package similar power with a sense of elegance and refined engineering. The selection and placement of ports further highlight these differing design goals. The Razer Blade 18 proudly announces its cutting-edge connectivity with the inclusion of the first gaming laptop Thunderbolt 5 port. The presence of Thunderbolt 5 alone is a major feature, offering up to 80 gigabits per second for high-bandwidth peripherals and docking solutions. However, a distinct drawback in the execution of the Blade's exterior design, the ports aren't labeled, which can be a minor annoyance for a machine that is otherwise so meticulously designed. The functionality is advanced, but the labeling detail is missed. The MSI Raider A18 HX, on the other hand, provides an excellent and robust selection of ports that cater heavily to a full-fledged desktop workstation setup. It matches Razer by also featuring two Thunderbolt 5 ports which support DisplayPort and PD 3.1, cementing its future-proofing and high-speed data capabilities. Beyond that, the Raider A18 HX offers a more comprehensive array of legacy and utility ports, including three USB-A 3.2 Gen 2 ports, a dedicated HDMI 2.1 output, an SD card reader, and 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, ensuring virtually every peripheral connection need is met without a dongle. However, the convenience of this multitude of connectivity options is slightly undermined by the placement. Both Thunderbolt 5 ports are positioned on the right side, mid-chassis, a layout that can lead to cable clutter and interference for right-handed users utilizing a mouse. The Raider A18 HX's connectivity is about quantity and capability, whereas the Blade 18 focuses on streamlining the overall design, even at the cost of providing fewer ports or omitting small labels. The display is a headlining feature on both machines, though they target different user priorities. The Razer Blade 18 2025 features a unique dual-mode IPS display designed to cater to both professional creators and hardcore competitive gamers. This single panel offers two distinct resolutions and refresh rates: a high-fidelity mode of 3840 by 2400 at 240 Hz for immersive 4K gaming and creation, and a hyper-competitive mode of 1920 by 1200 at 440 Hz for esports level speed. The panel is bright, hitting 532 nits and boasts vibrant colors. However, this technology is not without its issues. The Windows scaling problems make the act of switching between the two resolutions feel clunky. Furthermore, contrast is a step back compared to the mini LED model from the previous year. In contrast, the MSI Raider A18 HX opts for a singular top-tier 4K 3840 by 2400 mini LED display running at a 120 Hz refresh rate. This panel is lauded as one of the best available in any gaming laptop, delivering exceptional visual quality with features like OLED-level black levels and extreme brightness, suitable for excellent HDR performance. While the refresh rate is significantly lower than the Razer's maximum, the mini LED technology excels in deep contrast and color performance. The matte finish helps reduce reflections, though this slightly reduces the visual pop compared to a glossy OLED. Mini LED bloom is acknowledged as present, but generally well-controlled and not distracting, providing a visually rich and high-contrast environment, especially for tasks and games that benefit from superior image quality over ultra-high refresh rates. Moving to the input devices, both laptops provide a full keyboard with a number pad, but the quality of the typing experience differs significantly. The Razer Blade 18 is praised for its excellent keyboard, which offers a comfortable 1.5mm of key travel and crisp feedback. It features per-key RGB lighting and a smart design choice of dual LEDs that illuminate the function layers, aiding usability. The inclusion of 4 macro keys and a full number pad, with the latter being positioned favorably for users who prefer the number pad on the left side. The trackpad on the Blade 18 is enormous but ultimately less practical, with only about half of its surface area being comfortably clickable, although this is mitigated by the general expectation that gamers will use a dedicated external mouse. The MSI Raider A18 HX's keyboard and touchpad experience is positioned as one of the machine's weaknesses. Despite its spacious layout and SteelSeries branding, the keyboard's feel disappoints due to a lack of crisp feedback and key travel that is compared unfavorably to mid-range gaming laptops like the Asus TUF line. While the per-key RGB lighting, customizable via the SteelSeries GG application, is excellent and visually appealing, it doesn't salvage the mechanical typing experience. The touchpad is also criticized. It is small for an 18-inch laptop and feels hollow when clicked. It falls short of the larger, smoother touchpads offered by competitors like the Blade 18. In terms of audio, camera, and microphone quality, both machines present a mix of strengths and weaknesses. The Razer Blade 18 is equipped with a 1440p webcam that provides decent but soft video quality, with color balance being inconsistent. The speakers are loud and bass-heavy but are unfortunately easily drowned out by the cooling fans under load, making headphones the recommended accessory. However, its microphones are a standout feature, offering excellent noise filtering that ranks them among the best tested. The MSI Raider A18 HX features a standard 1080p webcam that includes a privacy shutter and an IR camera for Windows Hello support, alongside a fingerprint reader for biometrics. Its microphones are decent with effective noise control, though the Intel-based version holds an advantage by offering AI-based Windows Studio effects. The Raider speakers are loud with decent bass from dedicated woofers but can sound metallic at high volumes. Finally, battery life is the Achilles heel for both ultra-high-performance desktop replacements. The Razer Blade 18, despite being the lighter of the two, delivers awful battery life. In video playback, it managed approximately 4.9 hours, while gaming on battery lasted only about 1 hour. This poor endurance is typical for the category, and the portability is further hampered by a stiff 400-watt charger. The limitation of Thunderbolt 5's 100-watt power delivery is also noted, as it cannot sustain the laptop under full performance loads. The MSI Raider A18 HX, which includes a maximum flight-allowed 99 watt-hour battery and hybrid graphics, fares similarly poorly. Video playback yielded only 3 hours, with real-world use hovering around 2 to 3 hours. Its own power brick is a huge 400-watt unit, reinforcing its desk-bound nature. In the endurance category, both machines are fundamentally tied in their function as desktop replacements, as neither is practical for extended use away from a power outlet. The Razer Blade A18 2025 is armed with Intel's Core Ultra 9 275HX, while the MSI Raider A18 HX features AMD's Ryzen 9 9955HX 3D. These are two of the most potent mobile CPUs available, each designed for maximum performance in a large form factor chassis. The AMD chip, distinguished by its 3D V-Cache technology, is specifically engineered to deliver chart-topping gaming performance by providing exceptionally fast access to data for the CPU cores. Benchmarks confirm the 9955HX 3D's pedigree, recording a score of 2111 in Cinebench 2024, placing it as the second-best laptop score ever recorded and confirming it as one of the fastest mobile CPUs tested. While the review notes that the AMD chip does not crush its Intel rivals, the Intel Core Ultra 9 275HX in the Blade 18 holds a competitive edge in certain multi-core scenarios. Specifically for CPU-intensive tasks like handbrake video encoding, the review of the MSI Raider A18 HX notes that the Intel chip typically wins due to a higher total core count, suggesting the Blade 18 has a slight structural advantage in general multi-threaded applications not optimized for the 3D V-Cache. However, both processors are absolutely top-tier and stand among the elite of mobile computing. When it comes to editing and creation power, the differences in core design and GPU video RAM play a significant role. The Razer Blade 18 leverages the processing power of the Core Ultra 9 275HX for creation tasks, with testing showing that CPU-intensive tasks like handbrake video encoding finished in under 7 minutes. This performance is attributed to the architecture of the Intel chip, which generally excels in these types of sustained, core-heavy workloads. Both laptops come configured with up to the NVIDIA RTX 5090 mobile GPU, 24GB, 175W, but the MSI Raider A18 HX makes a particularly strong case for itself in the emerging field of AI workloads, largely due to this GPU's substantial video RAM. The Raider review highlights that the 24GB video RAM of the RTX 5090 is a surprisingly big selling point for AI ML users, allowing it to run large models like Gemma 3 27B and Qwen 3 32B locally, achieving speeds of 12.67 tokens per second, which is over 2 times faster than the RTX 5080 model. This makes the MSI Raider a preferred, if not compulsory, option for professionals needing a local AI workstation laptop, effectively unlocking capabilities that the 16GB video RAM of a 5080 simply cannot handle. Furthermore, the Raider's inclusion of a PCIe 5.0 SSD with blistering read speeds of 14,654 megabytes per second and write speeds of 11,246 megabytes per second contributes to faster asset loading and project saving, further enhancing its editing and creation credentials. In terms of gaming performance, both machines are uncompromising monsters, both fielding the maximum power draw of the RTX 5090 Mobile at 175W and the Blade 18 benefiting from superior cooling. The Razer Blade 18 was shown to handle demanding AAA titles with exceptional frame rates, even in 4K resolution without frame generation. Specifically, with DLSS and frame generation enabled, Cyberpunk 2077 hit 130 FPS at max settings in 4K. The review also notes that the Blade 18, thanks to its superior cooling and higher GPU power limits, manages to keep pace or outperform rivals, including the MSI Raider A18, in gaming scenarios. The MSI Raider A18 HX, leveraging its 3D V-Cache CPU and the same GPU, also delivers blistering gaming performance, often setting record-setting GPU performance. In its testing, the Raider showed major gains in Cyberpunk 2077, with a 20-plus FPS improvement at 1080p Ultra over previous generations, and hitting 127 FPS in overdrive mode with frame generation at max settings. The overall takeaway is that while the 3D V-Cache on the MSI machine provides a specialized boost, especially in CPU bottlenecked scenarios, the Razer Blade 18's overall platform design, cooling, and the strength of the Intel CPU keep it in direct competition, if not slightly ahead in general benchmarks, making both effectively tied for the title of the fastest gaming laptop platform. After breaking down the design, performance, and features, the winner is clear. It depends entirely on you. If you demand the absolute best AI power, maximum ports, and a superior mini LED display, the MSI Raider A18 HX is the brute force winner. However, for a premium feel, better keyboard, and a sleeker, lighter chassis, the Razer Blade 18 takes the crown.